ductwork. But you also need to be able to identify the stage. So it will have the microscopes, and it will ask, name the stage and the organ, or name the organ and the stage. So that really narrows it down what it could be, because the uterus, the mammary gland, and the development slides are really the only ones where stage matters. There's something about the development of it or the process of it that matters. So the hint on that is very, very obvious. However, the choices will all include a stage of some kind. So you really do need to make sure you know what these look like. Someone had set up, I don't know if it was Ms. Moreland or not, but there's 2 microscopes. There are actually 3 microscopes over there, but the far right one is an ear, so don't even look at that. The other 2 on the left, those are 2 stages of the uterus. We've got 3, so we're going to go through all 3 of them. And what you're looking for is the difference in the shape of the uterine glands, because the uterine glands are going to change, because that's what's going to fill with blood during the cycling period. And then it will be very obvious in the menstrual cycle, or menstrual stage part, that there are actual blood clots or blood cells in clot kind of things that you can see. So you can actually see blood cells in the uterine glands in the menstrual stage 1. So that one's the easy one to identify. The secretory stage, or the parotid stage, that one is characterized by uterine glands that are irregularly shaped. They look like not necessarily a serration, but they've got these indentations, and they go out, and they go back in, and they go back out. It's like a saw, almost, on some of these. The follicular stage, or the proliferative phase, this one, everything looks just fine. They all look nice and ordered. The uterine glands are clear. You can really see them well. So that's kind of the normal phase. So we'll start with that one. And there are a couple of these. I'm going to have to look at them first, because some of them are not the best. But we'll go through these. So I'm going to put up the follicular stage, or the proliferative stage on here first. Say that. All right, so let me lighten it up just a little bit. Okay, so with the follicular stage here, in this particular one, you can see the circles. These are the uterine glands up in here. This is the endometrial layer. The myometrial layer, or myometrium here, doesn't have any glands because it's all muscle. So all of this down here is muscle. This is the top portion is the functional layer. So all of these circles, again, are the uterine glands, and they kind of look, kind of normal circle cells, pretty, not necessarily uniform, but they're not weirdly, oddly shaped. Okay, so that's one view. Let me show you another one. We all have our preferences on these things. All right, so here's another view, or a different slide. So down here would be the myometrium. Up here is the endometrium. And then here are the glands again. So again, they're not all the same shape, but they're circular. You can see them. They're just look like glands. They're just there. So that's kind of our baseline. So this is what the normal, most of the time, uterus is going to be like. Okay, so then we're going to move on into the parotid, or the secretory stage. And okay, so this is the myometrium. And then we get up here, and you start to see kind of weird shape to the glands. Did everybody see the weird shape? They look noticeable, different than what we saw before. So, you know, they look like little, I don't know,
Shredded.
okay, shredded, serrated, squiggly, maybe squiggly, secretory, I don't know. That's for us there. But they look weird. They look not quite as thick. They're not not as smooth as the other ones are.
Is that the myometrius down there? So it's kind of all
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let me do another one of the parotid. So again, very irregularly shaped. So that's still part of the myometrium. One of these has what looks like a dancing person in it. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter if this is on the bottom, it's still the endometrium here. Nope. Squiggly is the second stage. All right, so then the menstrual stage, again, is going to be characterized by seeing the blood clots and the blood cells in the endometrium layer. And the endometrium layer isn't as thick because it's being removed. And so it's going to have a different look to it as well. There's our myometrium. So that doesn't change. Myometrium never changes. And it won't just be a picture of this, and you have to know what it is. It won't work. So here is the menstrual stage. And again, you can see the endometrium being taken apart. And these are the blood cells actually coming in here as well. So all of this darkened area are all the blood cells in there. And I'll go up another objective here. See them a little bit better. But you can, if you go like that, ooh, you can see them. But that's kind of somebody who can actually get a somewhat of a view. So any of those cells in here that look a little red tinged, well, that's blood. And these are still the uterine glands, but they're being pulled apart.
Okay, so that pink layer down at the bottom, is that just the part that's not
This-
being shredded yet, or is that the myometrium?
That's my myometrium.
Okay.
I think there's another maker here. You can see those, but this is not a slide. Whatever. All right, so again, you can see it's clearly being taken apart here. So that's another way to tell that this is the menstrual phase or stage and the other ones are, because there's actual removal of tissue. So all that space up in here. So look for the blood for the menstrual. What are you looking for the secretory, the pregravid stage? Squiggly, shredded, whatever the uterine glands. And for the proliferative or follicular stage? Okay, normal, smaller ones, rounder ones, no blood, no squigglies.